Partnered by Times Influence.
A kaleidoscope of colors and cultures. The delicate threads weaving a dream. Resplendent and exquisite, Indian textiles are ready to conquer the world. The first literary information about textiles in India can be found in the Rig Veda, which refers to weaving in the ancient period.
There was handloom weaving and there were embroideries. It also talks about it in poetic things like the Ganga Jamuna, that must be the look of the dark and the light waters when the two rivers meet. So it's very poetic, but the fact is that it does refer constantly to textiles and a lot to gold and silver. So obviously there must have been weaving of gold and silver yarns like we now see in the Banarsi sarees at that time.
Apart from clothing more than 1 billion Indians, India's textile sector also gives the country the lion's share in global trade. With an objective to strengthen global trade linkages, the Ministry of Textiles is organizing the first ever global business-to-business textile and handicrafts event in India, the Textiles India 2017.
With the mega event also comes in the vision that the Prime Minister has set. He speaks about Make in India, he speaks about fiber to fashion, he speaks about New India. Ma'am, how do you really see this event bringing to fore all this vision that has been set by the Prime Minister?
The Prime Minister, understanding the potential that every Indian entrepreneur has, every Indian artisan has, every Indian weaver has, gave a clarion call for Make in India. And nothing better says Make in India than textiles in India, because it's the first ever event which complements the vision of the Prime Minister in the history of our country. Till now, everybody in the textile value chain went from countries in Europe to China to the USA to the UK with their wares to present what they could possibly do internationally. So this is potentially the first ever mega textile event for the country, for the entire value chain, including handicrafts.
Textiles India 2017 is scheduled to be held at Mahatma Mandir in Gandhinagar from 30th June to 2nd July. The maiden event will be inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi and will take forward his vision of fiber to fashion.
मित्रों, एक अभी हम टेक्सटाइल पॉलिसी लाए हैं और मेरा टेक्सटाइल पॉलिसी का मेरा मतलब है कि मैं नहीं चाहता हूं कि मेरा कॉटन ग्रोवर अपना कॉटन बेचने के लिए दर दर भटकता रहे। और इसलिए मेरी एक 5-year फॉर्मूला है, फार्म टू फाइबर, फाइबर टू फैब्रिक, फैब्रिक टू फैशन, फैशन टू फॉरेन। जहां कॉटन होगा वहीं धागा बनेगा, जहां धागा है वहीं कपड़ा बनेगा, जहां कपड़ा है वहीं रेडीमेड गारमेंट बनेगा और वहीं से उसको दुनिया में एक्सपोर्ट करूंगा और मेरे किसान की इनकम बढ़ेगी।
Also very interesting is the venue for this entire event. You have chosen Gandhinagar, Mahatma Mandir. You have a close connect with Gujarat. Who better to talk about Gujarat than you?
I've been quite lucky to represent the state of Gujarat for the past 5.5 years. But I think that when we talk about textile, the fabric of freedom by Mahatma, what better compliment to the entire textile industry in our country than to do it in a venue named after the great Mahatma. In every part of Gujarat's life, you will find some reflection of the color of textile or craft. I mean, what better to say, you know, about the amazing textile legacy or craft legacy of our country than to see the Kachi mirror work. So, we are hoping that there are weavers who are doing Kala cotton work. In fact, in the Textiles India curtain raiser, I was amazed to see that we were quite blessed that we had a weaver from Gujarat, a very simple weaver doing Kala cotton work, sit right next to Sabyasachi, and were both exchanging notes as to how to better their craft. So, I feel that this is a platform where we are not calling the, you know, just the biggest of the big in the industry. We are actually given an opportunity to the simple craftspeople who have been servicing the various craft elements in our country, allowing them an equal space to position their wares.
The 3-day mega event will witness more than 1,000 exhibitors showcasing their products and services. 2,500 international buyers as well as 15,000 domestic buyers are expected to participate in the event. Spread across an exhibition area of about 1,25,000 square meters, the aim of the event is to bring the entire textile value chain and handicraft sector under one umbrella for a collective growth of the textile industry.
It will show to the world the rich cultural heritage of our country, woven in textiles and carved on handicrafts. It will also give this industry an opportunity to increase its footprint in world trade.
We are in charge of 2 roundtables. One roundtable in the conference is on trends and forecasting. It's the Carpet Export Promotion Council who is hosting the roundtable, but we'll be therefore discussing slow, fast fashion, sustainability, and we'll be looking to seeing how we interpret trends and use them and bring them into the whole business ethic that we come out with.
During the fair, 7 union ministers will chair international conferences on various themes, and Union Finance Minister Arun Jaitley will address the valedictory session. 24 roundtable seminars will be held with participation from global and national leaders of industry, technical experts and senior policy makers from the union and state governments. Participating states are Gujarat as the host state, Assam and Andhra Pradesh as partner states, Karnataka, Jharkhand, Maharashtra and Telangana as focus states.
I'm coming back to the Textiles India 2017. A lot of ministries have also contributed, as you mentioned earlier as well, that you have brought a lot of industries on ministries on board. Could you just highlight what really has been the contribution and what really these ministries will be doing?
They will come in as speakers. See, basically till now people were of the opinion the Textile Ministry is working as one solo unit of the government. This is a part of Team Modi. So we have 17 ministries come through. Let's say if you want to do something in skill, we have the skills minister coming in saying textiles is not doing it alone, we are supporting textiles. We wanted to give certified seeds to jute farmers, so National Seed Corporation has come on board because of the agriculture minister and his intervention. He's coming and saying that let's ensure that everybody who comes under the Cotton Corporation of India, everybody who comes under the National Jute Board, now those farmers, we ensure that they get their soil health cards. So that is a kind of amalgamation of forces. For instance, I have invited the Tourism Minister Mahesh Sharma ji, and I have said that today if tourists are coming from the UK, from the US or from European countries, their biggest desire is to see how does the weaver live his life, you know, how does a craft come into being. So you can actually dovetail it with the tourism sector if you so desire and see what our clusters across the country have to offer. So that is when you need ministries to come together and kind of work together.
It is the state which provides land, water, electricity and most importantly the enabling environment for the growth and development of any sector. Therefore, their joining the platform is very important. It will add strength as well as value to the efforts of the central government to enhance the productivity and international competitiveness of handloom, handicraft, and for that matter, all textile products.
फैसिलिटीज़, कनेक्टिविटी और टेक्सटाइल का यहाँ गुजरात में बहुत सारा व्यापार, तो नेचुरल कोर्स में ये यहाँ तैयारी हो चुकी है और हमारे गुजरात के टेक्सटाइल मैन्युफैक्चर और गुजरात के कॉटन प्रोड्यूसर मैन्युफैक्चर, जिनिंग, विविंग, ये सब लोग, स्पिनिंग, सब लोग उत्सुक हैं और हम उसकी तैयारियां कर चुके हैं और अच्छा कार्यक्रम इंटरनेशनल लेवल का वर्ल्ड क्लास कार्यक्रम बना रहे हैं.
This Gujarat event is a historical event where the Prime Minister is giving his vision for textile, and I feel that by this initiative for the future, Indian textile, which is already reputed in the world, will accelerate the development, particularly in this sector, and which is very useful for our growth of our country.
Well, we have also undertaken huge skilling efforts in the textile sector, and in doing so we are partnering with the Ministry of Textiles, and we ourselves have developed a lot of training roles and modules for training. So I think the biggest partnership to create this manpower for clothing and is the Ministry of Skill Development. We are partnering with them, we are making our presence felt, we are going there. And this partnership is not just limited to this Textile 2017. It has been a long-standing partnership, and in future I think we would be training more than 11 lakh, 1.1 million next 3 years people associated with the textile sector.
हम गुजरात के में गांधीनगर में जो टेक्सटाइल इंडिया है, तो जो भी वहाँ निवेशक आएंगे तो हम अपनी ब्रांडिंग उस टेक्सटाइल इंडिया के माध्यम से, ताकि अधिक से अधिक निवेश झारखंड में वस्त्र उद्योग में आए, और भारत सरकार का भी हमें काफ़ी सपोर्ट मिल रहा है. जो भारत सरकार के वस्त्र मंत्रालय के जो माननीय मंत्री हैं स्मृति ईरानी जी, उनका काफ़ी हम लोग को कोऑपरेशन हो रहा है. अभी निफ्ट भी एक उन्होंने भारत सरकार का एक संस्था यहाँ के लिए सैंक्शन की है. तो इस तरह भारत सरकार और राज्य सरकार मिलकर झारखंड में जो संभावनाओं का प्रदेश है, उस संभावनाओं को प्रदेश में ज़मीन पे उतार कर इस राज्य से गरीबी को समाप्त करना, बेरोजगारी को समाप्त करना, ये सरकार का लक्ष्य है.
After the break, we meet the export councils and corporate houses from across India to understand how the landmark event Textiles India 2017 will help enhance India's textile exports. Textiles India 2017 is a collaborative effort of 24 export promotion councils under the Ministry of Textiles and the Confederation of Indian Industry as the industry partner. The event will establish India as an investment destination for global sourcing of textiles.
I think to bring India under one umbrella from all textile elements or sectors that India has to provide and showcase that will be a huge PR activity for the Indian textile industry, whether it's machinery, whether it's threads, whether it's ready-made products, whether it's floor coverings, whether it's handicrafts. I think no one has ever realized the potential or the growth that this industry has, the investment that this industry can bring, and the employment that these industries generate. From rural to urban to skilled to semi-skilled to unskilled.
Since more than 2,500 overseas buyers and 15,000 visitors will have the opportunity to interact, more than 100 exhibitors, it will be a big platform for concerning Export Promotion Council to collaborate with manufacturers, investors and buyers.
The exhibition will be a visual showcase of India's strength in the entire gamut of textile and apparel value chain, helping the export promotion councils understand the present-day challenges and ignite new ideas for sustenance and growth of the Indian textile sector.
At present, there is no platform in India that can provide an opportunity to all stakeholders of the textile at one place. Textile India 2017 is going to provide an opportunity to showcase the products and the services connected with the entire textile segment.
We expect that this event will become a must-see event in the global itinerary of the international buyers. So once those international buyers start coming to India every year, then the textiles export is going to really multiply like anything, and the manufacturers here as well as the exporters here are going to look forward to this event every year.
It will also provide an ideal platform for Indian textile manufacturers to connect and collaborate with global manufacturers, investors and buyers.
It's a very exciting event simply because the size and scale. You know, there have been many events and many events happen, but they do not get the attention and the focus that suddenly the entire textile sector is coming together. The art and craft and the handicraft and everything else is merging. So this is like really showing what India is or what India can be. So it's a very exciting time. It may not necessarily have a direct impact immediately, but I think it will have a very long-term positive impact on the world.
Textile India 2017 is one of the largest platforms in recent times that I've seen, where a number of diverse parties have come together to collaborate to bring forth what is probably the best in Indian textiles and showcase that to not only the domestic trade partners, buyers, but a lot of foreign participants also. And it's on a really massive scale. So in recent times, you know, I really haven't seen of anything being done on such a grand scale. And I think there's a lot of excitement regarding participation in this from at least the textile companies and textile community from where we come from. In terms of personal expectations, of course, one expects that this becomes the sort of a pivot or the starting point of a great revolution in the textile industry. You know, probably the second revolution as one would call it, because we have so much of potential and so much of opportunity not only in India but in the global sphere, so that sometimes these events become catalysts, and that's my expectation out of it.
We've done in the last few years, at least 5 or 6 years, a revival program in Banaras. That meant studying all the old Banarsi sarees in the museum, trying to get them recreated, to see whether we cannot bring Banaras textiles, particularly their sarees, back into fashion with the collection I'm showing at the fashion show on the day of the event. We are just showing the Banaras collection, and I hope it excites people once again like it used to excite earlier, and that is going to be our capsule for this event.
The purpose of the mega event is to showcase and celebrate the skill of weavers and craftsmen from across the country who are invited to participate in the event. It is an opportunity for artisans like Rihanna and Nand Kishore, who work with Jharcraft, a government of Jharkhand undertaking, to showcase their incredible handwork before an international audience.
हाँ, सरकार अभी हम लोग के कपड़ा पहले बिक्री नहीं हो रहा था, मार्केटिंग नहीं मिल रहा था। अभी सरकार के आने के बाद मार्केटिंग भी अच्छा चल रहा है हम लोग का, अभी बना रहे हैं कपड़ा सोला, सब कुछ में दिक्कत नहीं हो रहा, अच्छा हो रहा है।
भारत सरकार का एक अच्छी प्रयास है टेक्सटाइल में कि वो इसको आगे बढ़ाया जाए, या झारखंड में भी इस तरह के रोजगार को और ज़्यादा मतलब बढ़ाया जाए, डेवलप किया जाए। बहुत अच्छी बात है, खुशी की बात है। लोगों को रोजगार मिलेगी, सबसे बड़ी चीज़ है कि रोजगार मिलेगी।
We brought some of the real policy changes to make land available at the concessional rate to the textile industry and similar employment generating industries. And similarly, we are also going to provide support like electricity, water, connectivity at their doorstep, so that they can run their industry without any hassles. And that is the reason we have recently got one mega textile park being set up at Ranchi, and 2 big companies are also setting up individual units at Ranchi. We are developing a silk park at Ranchi.
what really will be the highlights of the event?
Well, I think as a consumer, it is the right time to be here because you get world standard and world quality clothes available to you, a variety of it going across a huge price range. The young love to experiment not only with legacy pieces, they also love to experiment with what is new on the New York fashion or new on the Paris fashion line. And that is something that is available. What do the old love? The old love a balance of the old legacy and something which is comfortable now, and that is something that the Textiles India has to offer to those people who will become your sellers extensively in your markets. For the industry per se, this is an opportunity to tell the world that we are not just a bunch of business people or entrepreneurs who will go from door to door in Europe, let's say, or only in China or in the US or in the UK. We have the capacity to come under one roof and show the world the Indian textile and handicraft strength.
From empowering artisans to redefining fashion trends across the globe. Textiles India 2017 is expected to provide the textile industry the much needed attention and impetus, generating more employment, increasing exports and strengthening India's global position in the textile industry.
Partnered by Times Influence.